Hello and welcome to another how-to video. In this video we are going to learn how to review footage. We will want to review footage when we're looking for an event such as a praise or a coach, or we want to review things and see how things have been going. We will be doing all this by opening the view log. We'll then open up our calendar, we'll change the date, we'll review using the timeline, we'll play some footage, we'll zoom in and out, we'll take a snapshot, and then change our playback speed, and then we'll go back to live view. So let's get to it, shall we? First, of course, we'll open the view log simply by taking our mouse and going to the upper right-hand corner and clicking on the button marked View Log. After a brief load, it opens up. The features of this window are exactly the same as a live view. We still have the same content list where we can come over here and change whatever layout we want. We have the default layout, we have all our cameras, we have 4 cameras, we have a 3x2 view. Whatever layouts we have created will all be available to us. We can, of course, close the window. To go back and pick a different date, we come down to the lower left-hand corner, we click on the date down here, and then we just simply click on any date in the calendar that we want. So we are going to go ahead and go back to Friday. And we can change the month we are looking at simply by clicking on the arrow here, and that will take us back to the previous month. We can close it simply by clicking on the exit button right here. Down on the bottom we have 2 bars, and that is called our timeline. To review the timeline, all we need to do is hover our mouse over the timeline, and we'll get a preview of what was happening on the selected camera. The camera that is selected is noted on the far left, in this case main dining 1. To change which camera is selected, all we simply need to do is click on the channel we want to have selected, and the name and the timeline changes. We can zoom in and out on the timeline simply by taking our mouse wheel and scrolling down to zoom out, and then we can get a 24-hour view, and then we can zoom in to get a more granular view of a certain time frame. So we have 24 hours, we click in, now we have a 12-hour view, now we have a 6-hour view, and now we're going down to the minute. From here, if we want to get even more detailed on what is happening on the timeline, all we have to do is take our mouse and slide up to the preview window, and now we can slide along the preview window to get down to the second. This helps us to scrub through a lot of video very quickly to find the events that we're looking for. Once we have found the video footage we're looking for, all we have to simply do is click, and that will take us straight to the event that we are looking at on the timeline. And then to play back, all we need to do is go down in the right-hand corner and press play. And now here we are playing back. We can pause by pressing pause. To zoom in on a window, there are 2 methods. Number 1 is double-click on the window that we want to blow up into full screen. And then number 2 is take our scroll wheel, just like in live view, and scroll wheel up to zoom in to get a nice close view, or scroll wheel down to zoom out and get a nice wide view. To go back to multi-view, all we have to simply do is double-click, and we go back down to our multi-view. To take a snapshot of what is happening on the screen, all we have to do is click on the little camera icon in the channel we want to take a snapshot on, and then we save it to wherever we want to save it to. In our case, we're going to go ahead and save this into a coach. And then we click Save. And finally, we can change our playback speed by utilizing the plus and minus down at the bottom by the 1x. If we click here on the plus, it'll speed it up to ×2, and then ×4, and then ×8, 16, 32 speed playback, and then we can slow it down by clicking on the minus. And we can go all the way back down to our normal speed, or we can go down to an 8th speed playback. Once we're at the speed we want, we simply press play. And during playback, we can, of course, change the speed during the playback. So we just click here, and now we're at 2, 4, 8, 16. So things really fly once we get going real fast. This allows us to quickly watch some footage. Most recommended speeds are around 4 to 2 times. If our system happens to have audio, there is no audio available during the playback speeds of 2 or half or anything faster or slower than that. We will only have audio when we are at 1x speed. And if audio is available, this little icon here, the speaker icon, will be lit up. And then finally, to go back to live view, we only need to come up to the upper right hand corner and press the eye icon that says home. And this takes us back to our live view. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to check out our other how-to videos on how to get the most out of a Hoptix system. And please be sure to check out our website at hop720.com.